Today we face a heartbreaking loss that has left an indelible mark on our hearts and our nation's conscience. The events that unfolded at Utah Valley University have sent shockwaves far beyond the campus grounds, touching communities across the country. It is a day that will be remembered not only for its tragedy, but for the way it has brought people together in shared grief and reflection. The news of this senseless act has shaken the nation to its core. Students, faculty, and citizens everywhere are struggling to comprehend how such violence could erupt in a place dedicated to learning and open dialogue. The flag at half-mast is a stark reminder of the gravity of this moment. Charlie Kirk, a leading voice in conservative activism and a figure known for sparking passionate debate, was killed during a speaking event at Utah Valley University. The auditorium, once filled with anticipation and energy, became the scene of chaos and heartbreak in an instant. What was meant to be a lively exchange of ideas, a hallmark of our democratic society, turned into a scene of tragedy, leaving a community in mourning and a nation searching for answers. The outpouring of support and the makeshift memorials speak to the deep sense of loss felt by all. The shock of this violence has united supporters and opponents alike in disbelief. People from all walks of life, regardless of political affiliation, have come together to grieve, showing that in moments of profound loss, our shared humanity rises above division. This is not just a personal loss for Kirk's family and friends, it's a national tragedy that challenges our commitment to free speech and civil discourse. The pain felt by those closest to him is immeasurable, but it is echoed by countless others who believe in the power of dialogue and the importance of peaceful assembly. When public debate turns deadly, we must question the direction of our society. Are we fostering environments where ideas can be exchanged safely, or are we allowing anger and intolerance to silence voices and endanger lives? These are questions we must all confront, together. The loss is especially painful given the public and politically charged context. The banners and posters that once represented spirited debate now serve as reminders of a conversation cut short and of the urgent need to protect the spaces where we come together to share our views. As we process this event, let's remember the human being at the center, a son, a friend, a leader whose life was dedicated to engaging others, even those who disagreed with him. Behind the headlines and the politics, there is a family grieving and a community forever changed. Our thoughts are with his loved ones as they endure unimaginable pain. The messages of support, the embraces, and the silent tears are all testaments to the impact Charlie Kirk had on those around him and to the collective sorrow we now share. For now, we come together to mourn and support those most affected. In the days ahead, let us honor Charlie Kirk's memory by recommitting ourselves to the values of respect, dialogue, and compassion. May this tragedy remind us of the preciousness of life and the responsibility we all share to build a more understanding and peaceful world. To truly grasp the magnitude of this loss, we must look beyond the headlines and reflect on the life and legacy of Charlie Kirk, a figure who, in just a few short years, managed to leave an indelible mark on American politics and culture. But who was Charlie Kirk, really? He was more than just a political commentator or activist. He was a visionary who saw the potential for change in every young person he met, and he dedicated his life to unlocking that potential. As the founder of Turning Point USA, Kirk didn't just energize young conservatives. He built a movement from the ground up. His organization became a powerful force, reshaping campus politics nationwide and giving a voice to students who often felt marginalized or silenced. Kirk's mission was clear: to bring conservative voices to college campuses, to challenge prevailing ideologies, and to do so with a relentless drive that inspired both admiration and debate. He thrived in the arena of ideas, never shying away from tough conversations or heated debates. His influence extended far beyond the campus quad. Kirk became a key ally to President Trump, serving as a bridge between the GOP establishment and its growing populist base. He was frequently seen at the White House, advising on youth engagement and conservative strategy. Kirk's approach was bold, sometimes controversial, but always effective at mobilizing youth. He understood the power of social media and used it to rally supporters, organize events, and spark national conversations. His ability to connect with young people was unmatched. Through his efforts, millions of young Americans were inspired to get involved in politics, many for the very first time. He encouraged them to register to vote, to speak out, and to believe that their voices mattered in shaping the future of the country. Even those who disagreed with his views acknowledged his dedication and the undeniable impact he had on the national conversation. Kirk was a polarizing figure, but he was also a catalyst for engagement and debate. Friends and colleagues describe him as tireless, passionate, and deeply committed to his cause. He was known for his long hours, his willingness to mentor others, and his unwavering belief in the power of grassroots activism. The news of his sudden death has left a profound void, not just in the conservative movement, but among the countless young activists he inspired and empowered. For many, his absence is felt as both a personal and political loss. Charlie Kirk's legacy is one of ambition, influence, and a steadfast belief in making a difference. His story reminds us that one person, driven by conviction and purpose, can truly change the course of history. The details are still emerging, and the full picture of what happened is only beginning to come into focus. In the hours since the incident, authorities and witnesses have been working to piece together the sequence of events, but many questions remain unanswered. Initial reports describe a scene of chaos and terror at Utah Valley University, as students and faculty were caught off guard by the sudden violence. The campus, usually a place of learning and community, was transformed in an instant into a site of confusion and fear. According to eyewitnesses, Kirk was on stage addressing the audience when the sound of gunfire shattered the calm. Panic swept through the auditorium as people scrambled for safety, some ducking behind seats, others rushing for the exits in a desperate attempt to escape the danger. Security teams and first responders rushed into action within moments, doing everything they could to protect those inside and provide immediate medical assistance to the injured. Despite their rapid response, the attack was both sudden and devastating, leaving many in shock. Police have stated that the shooting appeared to be a targeted attack. The assailant reportedly moved with purpose toward the stage before opening fire, suggesting a level of premeditation that has left investigators searching for answers about motive and intent. As the situation unfolded, the campus was immediately placed on lockdown. Law enforcement officers secured the area, moving methodically through buildings to ensure there were no further threats, while medical teams tended to the wounded and evacuated those in need. Despite the best efforts of paramedics and emergency personnel, Kirk was pronounced dead at the scene. The loss was felt instantly, sending shockwaves through the university and the wider community. The bravery and quick thinking of staff members and first responders undoubtedly prevented an even greater tragedy. Their actions in the face of danger helped save lives and provided comfort to those affected during the most terrifying moments. In the aftermath, all classes and campus events were canceled as the university community began to process the trauma and grieve the loss. The usually bustling campus was left eerily quiet, a stark reminder of the tragedy that had unfolded. Now, the focus has shifted to supporting the victims, their families, and everyone affected by the incident. Vigils and memorials have begun to appear as the community comes together to mourn, remember, and begin the long and difficult process of healing. In the aftermath, Utah Valley University was gripped by silence and sorrow. Students and faculty gathered in disbelief, reaching out to loved ones and seeking comfort in each other. The sense of safety on campus was shattered. Tributes poured in from across the political spectrum, uniting leaders in condemnation of the violence. For Turning Point USA, the loss was deeply personal. Their founder, mentor, and inspiration was gone. A makeshift memorial formed on campus as the community came together to mourn and reflect. The vigil became a symbol of resilience and unity in the face of tragedy. The healing journey has begun, guided by a commitment to remember and stand against hatred. Leaders at every level responded swiftly, offering condolences and pledging justice. Utah's governor condemned the violence and called for unity. The FBI took charge of the investigation, emphasizing the attack's threat to free speech. Former President Trump mourned Kirk as a fearless patriot and friend, highlighting the void left in the conservative movement. President Biden ordered flags at half-staff and called the shooting a threat to democracy, urging Americans to reject hatred. Political figures from both parties united in condemning the violence. This rare bipartisan response offered hope for unity in the face of tragedy. The nation paused to reflect on the importance of peaceful political debate. Authorities quickly apprehended a person of interest near the university. The investigation is in its early stages, with officials stressing the importance of due process. Law enforcement is gathering evidence, interviewing witnesses, and exploring possible motives. The FBI's involvement underscores the gravity of the case and the need for a thorough, unbiased investigation. Every step is being taken to ensure justice is served. The public is urged to be patient as the legal process unfolds. Only a fair and meticulous investigation can bring closure to Kirk's family and the nation. Charlie Kirk revolutionized how conservatives connect with young Americans. Through Turning Point USA, he built a vibrant community for students who felt isolated in their beliefs. Kirk's events energized campuses, blending politics with culture and social media savvy. He became a key figure in mobilizing youth support for the Republican Party and President Trump. His influence shaped the modern conservative movement's messaging and strategy. Kirk inspired countless young people to get involved and believe in their power to affect change. His methods were sometimes divisive, but his impact was undeniable. The movement he built will continue, forever marked by his vision. His absence leaves a significant void in youth political engagement. As emotions run high, our response must be rooted in justice and due process. The person in custody is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Investigators are working methodically, collecting evidence and interviewing witnesses. Rushing to judgment risks undermining the integrity of the case. In a polarized climate, speculation and rumor can deepen divisions. We must rely on credible information and allow the justice system to work. Only a fair, transparent process can honor Kirk's memory and ensure true accountability. Healing begins with trust in our legal system and a commitment to peaceful dialogue. As the nation mourns, many questions remain unanswered. The investigation continues, but the motive and circumstances are still unclear. This tragedy forces us to confront the dangers of escalating rhetoric and division. Will this moment inspire a return to civility or deepen our divides? The Utah Valley University community faces a long road to healing, but their resilience is evident. Kirk's memory endures as a leader, a friend, and a symbol of the fragility of our democracy. The coming days will bring more answers, but for now, we reflect and hope for a more peaceful future. From this loss, may we find the resolve to build a safer, more understanding society.